How's it going, man? You got your ID with you? You got any ID, sir? Sir, do you have any ID? Yes, no, maybe? Do you have any ID, sir?
Am I being detained?
For investigation. There are things going on in this world, and this, especially involving law enforcement. You're walking around law enforcement facility with a video camera. We like to know who's surrounding our complexes. Do you have any ID? Or are you refusing to ID yourself, sir?
What's your name and badge number?
Officer Art Reynolds, ID 3825. Are you refusing to ID yourself, sir?
What's your name and badge number?
2586.
Thank you.
Are you refusing to ID yourself, sir?
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
For what crime?
I didn't say you committed a crime, but I have the legal right to detain you for further investigation, depending on the outcome of what's going on. You're walking around a law enforcement facility very suspiciously with a video camera. In light of what's going on, we have the right and authority to know who's walking around our facilities.
That's incorrect.
Okay, do you have your ID? Are you refusing to ID yourself? Yes or no?
What happens if I don't ID myself?
No? Then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay. But you have to tell me what happens if I don't ID myself.
No, I don't. Okay. I'm not required to tell you that. Are you, yes or no? Are you refusing to ID yourself or not?
Once again, what crime have I committed?
I've already explained that to you. I don't need to explain it to you again. Are you or are you not going to identify yourself?
Are you familiar with Texas Penal Code 38.02?
Answer my question. I get to answer the questions here. It's my investigation, not yours.
I'm not going to ID myself.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Wait, what are you doing?
Down. Let go. What are you doing? Put your hands behind your back. This is what happens when you refuse to ID yourself.
You're kidding, right?
Nope. Just relax. Just relax.
All we gotta do is ID you.
Can I get a supervisor out here?
Yep, absolutely. Give us a minute. West 112, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Are you by chance in the parking lot with somebody that's videotaping, officer?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. I'm detained at the time.
I was calling it in as I came out the gate.
Yeah. Any other traffic units have an auto ped 4800 Southfield?
Why are you
West
bending my wrist?
112, can you start a supervisor?
I'm handcuffed. Why are you bending my wrist?
National Secretary, supervisor.
Can you? I'm handcuffed. There's nothing
So what
I
is?
can do.
Who are you? What is
Quit
your name?
bending my wrist, man. I'm handcuffed.
I'm holding on to your hand.
I'm handcuffed,
I
man.
realize that, but I'm holding.
You're bending my wrist, dude. Can you let go of my
Is
wrist?
your wrist straight?
Can you let go of my
Is it
wrist?
straight?
Well, quit bending it then.
Is your straight?
Quit bending
All
it.
I'm doing is holding your hand. I'm not bending it. Which way you want to go?
Just let my hand go, man. I'm not doing nothing.
So who are you?
None of your business.
Okay. So you're gonna go down and get fingerprinted then, so we figure out who you are. You're playing this the hard way. Why you gotta play it the hard way?
Do what I gotta do, man. Do what I gotta do.
Okay. All right. You made the choice, not us.
Oh, it's coming down all that.
Yeah, I've got action.
Action. If I can just get one more photo, please, sir.
You refuse to identify yourself. I hope you're not accredited by seller. So I was handcuffed, put in the back of a patrol car with the windows up for 5 minutes, sweating my butt off. Even though I was put in handcuffs, the officer said that I didn't do anything wrong and I fully cooperated. And now he's threatened me with criminal trespass if I ever step foot on the property. Look at that. This was the risk he was bending back. That shit hurts like hell.
How's it going, man? You got your ID with you? You got any ID, sir? Sir, do you have any ID? Yes, no, maybe? Do you have any ID, sir? For investigation. With everything that's going on in this world, especially involving law enforcement, you're walking around law enforcement facility with a video camera. We like to know who's surrounding our complexes. Do you have any ID? Are you refusing to ID yourself, sir? What's your name, Benjamin? Officer Art Reynolds, ID 3825. Are you refusing to ID yourself, sir? What's your name, 2586. Are you refusing to ID yourself, sir? I didn't say. Yes, you are. I didn't say you committed a crime, but I have the legal right to detain you for further investigation, depending on the outcome of what's going on. You're walking around a law enforcement facility very suspiciously with a video camera. In light of what's going on, we have the right and authority to know who's walking around our facilities. Okay, do you have your ID? Are you refusing to ID yourself? Yes or no? Well, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. No, I don't. I'm not required to tell you that. Are you? Yes or no? Are you refusing to ID yourself or not? I've already explained that to you. I don't need to explain it to you again. Are you or are you not going to identify yourself? Are you familiar with Section 10.02? Answer my question. I get to answer the question here. It's my investigation, not yours. I'm not going to argue. Okay. All right. Go. Stand it down. Now go. Put your hands behind your back. This is what happens when you refuse to ID yourself. Put your hands behind your back. This is what happens when you refuse to ID yourself. Nope. Just relax.
All we gotta do is ID you.
Yep, absolutely. Give us just a minute. West 112, go ahead.
Are you by chance in the parking lot with somebody that was videotaping, officer?
Yes, I am.
Are you by chance in the parking lot with somebody that was videotaping, officer?
Yes, I am.
Are you by chance in the parking lot with somebody that was videotaping, officer?
Yes, I am. No, I'm just having detained at the time.
Any other traffic units have an auto ped 4800 South Hill?
West 112, can you start a supervisor?
I'm handcuffed. Why are you bending my wrist?
National Secretary, Supervisor.
Can you? I'm handcuffed. There's nothing
So what is?
to do.
Who are you? What is your
Quit
name?
bending my wrist, man. I'm handcuffed. I'm handcuffed, man. You're bending my wrist, dude. Can you let go of my wrist? Can you let go of my wrist? Man, quit bending things.
Here's your straight.
Quit bending.
All I'm doing is holding your hands. I'm not bending it. Which way you want to go?
Just let your hands out, man.
So who are you?
None of your business.
Okay. So you're gonna go down and get fingerprinted then, so we figure out who you are. You're playing this the hard way. Why you got to play it the hard way?
Do what I gotta do, man. Do what I gotta do.
All right. You made the choice, not us. We'll log this in as
Seized property. If you want to identify yourself.
Appeals Court, First Amendment gives public right to video police. Philip Turner's 2015 encounter with Fort Worth police outside an East Side police substation is having a far-reaching impact after the federal Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals this month used Turner's case to clear up any question that videotaping or filming police activities is protected by the First Amendment. McKinney Police Corporal Eric Case Bolt is shown in a screenshot from video of an altercation in which he pulled his gun on a group of teenagers at a pool party. A witness, Brandon Brooks, uploaded this video of the incident to YouTube. In a recent Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling, Justice Jacques Wiener wrote, "Protecting the right to film the police promotes First Amendment principles." Brandon Brooks YouTube. By Max B. Baker. Max Baker at star-telegram.com. Take a quick look at Philip Turner's police videos and the word testy comes to mind. A 27-year-old part-time college student, Turner has been conducting self-described First Amendment audits over the past few years by shooting videos outside police stations across the state. His work often leads to tense verbal exchanges with officers who clearly don't like what he's doing. A 2015 encounter with Fort Worth police outside an East Side police substation, however, is having a far-reaching impact after the federal Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals earlier this month used Turner's case to clear up any question that videotaping or filming police activities is protected by the First Amendment. The ruling comes at a time when police activities have been under close scrutiny, with videos like the one taken in the Jacqueline Craig case in Fort Worth going viral and turning a nationwide spotlight on police conduct. Fort Worth police officer William Martin was suspended for 10 days after cell phone video showed Martin's questionable behavior while arresting Craig and her 2 daughters. Filming the police contributes to the public's ability to hold the police accountable, ensure that police officers are not abusing their power, and make informed decisions about police policy, Justice Jacques Wiener wrote. Protecting the right to film the police promotes First Amendment principles. In a video posted after the Fifth Circuit decision was announced February 16, Turner said he couldn't stop smiling when he heard the news. I can say that I'm very, very proud we were able to accomplish this. The news was like sweet music to my ears, Turner said on the video. Protecting the right to film the police promotes First Amendment principles. Appeals Court Justice Jacques Wiener. An Austin attorney praised the Fifth Circuit's ruling, saying it was nice to see the conservative New Orleans Appellate Court join other freedom-loving court circuits in the United States in protecting this activity, adding that officers who are acting appropriately have nothing to fear. Being a public servant like a police officer means being held accountable, as uncomfortable as that may be at times. What better way to base accountability on the truth than having a video recording, said Bill Alisher, an attorney who focuses on government transparency and accountability. With the cops wearing body cams and citizens doing their own recording, the evidence of what happened is right there to relieve. Activists' encounter with Fort Worth police becomes key part of Fifth Circuit ruling, Part 1. Philip Turner's 2015 encounter with Fort Worth police outside an East Side police substation is having a far-reaching impact after the federal Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals this month used Turner's case to clear up any question that videotaping or filming. Ken East, an attorney representing one of the officers involved in the case, declined to comment. But in a brief filed with the Fifth Circuit, he describes Turner as someone who spends much of his time trying to entrap police officers into detaining him, resulting in litigation where he can seek financial gain. East also stated in his appellate brief that at the time of the incident in Fort Worth, there was not a general right to photograph or video record police, and the topic continues to be highly disputed nationwide, with many courts, even in the past 2 years, repeatedly finding the absence of clearly established law on the topic. He also noted that in June 2015 Dallas Police Headquarters was attacked by someone with high-caliber weapons and pipe bombs driving an armored vehicle. 4 days before Turner was detained, a gunman ambushed, shot, and killed a Harris County Sheriff's deputy who was putting gas in his patrol car. The Batosai. Turner, a computer science major at Austin Community College, started collecting video of police activities after he said a Cedar Park police officer blocked his view when filming a DUI arrest several years ago. He filed a complaint and during an investigation learned that there wasn't an established right to film the police. Armed with his understanding of the law, Turner, also known as the Batosai, a reference to an assassin in a Japanese anime series, has since posted a series of videos on his website where he challenges police officers and police department policies on videotaping of their activities. There is nothing wrong with it, and the officers know there is nothing wrong with it. I'm not antagonizing. I'm not yelling and provoking them to come over. Philip Turner on videotaping police stations. Turner has made videos in Arlington, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, and other cities with mixed results. Often police officers come out and ask Turner what he is doing and ask for his identification. Turner will say very little, but will tell them he is shooting pictures and refuses to ID himself. Sometimes Turner walks away, other times he is detained. The quickest way to test their policy is to take a photo of the police department, of the building and police cars, Turner said in an interview. There is nothing wrong with it, and the officers know there is nothing wrong with it. I'm not antagonizing. I'm not yelling and provoking them to come over. In September 2015, Turner decided to conduct one of his First Amendment audits outside the police station at 1100 Nashville Avenue on Fort Worth's east side. Turner stood across the street on the sidewalk and began videotaping. He was dressed in basketball shorts, a t-shirt, a hat and tennis shoes. After a few minutes, Turner was approached by officers Greenalds and Dias, who asked him what he was doing and said they like to know who's surrounding our complexes, according to court records. They asked for his identification. Turner refused to cooperate and asked what would happen to him. The officers responded, "We'll cross that bridge when we come to it." Activists' encounter with Fort Worth police becomes key part of Fifth Circuit ruling, Part 2. Philip Turner's 2015 encounter with Fort Worth police outside an East Side police substation is having a far-reaching impact after the federal Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals this month used Turner's case to clear up any question that videotaping or filming. After repeatedly being told by Greenalds and Dias that he was forcing their hand, Turner's video camera was taken away, and he was handcuffed and placed in the back of a squad car. "This is what happens when you don't ID yourself," Greenalds is quoted in court records as saying. Turner stayed in the squad car until the officer's supervisor, Lieutenant Driver, arrived. After Driver discussed the situation with Greenalds and Dias, Turner was released and his video camera returned. Turner never produced any identification, but was warned that he would be arrested if he trespassed on city property, court records state. First Amendment principles. In 2015, Turner filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the police officers, claiming that they violated his First Amendment rights and that he was wrongfully detained. In February 2016, U.S. District Judge John McBride dismissed the case, giving the officers the qualified immunity that insulates a government official from legal action when they believe that the actions they are taking are lawful. He also said that the courts had not fully addressed and protected Turner's First Amendment right to videotape the police. McBride said there is nothing in case law to suggest that police officers are constitutionally prohibited from taking reasonable steps to identify someone videotaping their place of work. In this day and age, the risk to public officials, particularly police officers, is such that a police officer could reasonably believe that he had a right to require Turner to identify himself, McBride wrote. But the Fifth Circuit, which hears appeals of cases from Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi courts, agreed and disagreed with McBride. In a 2-1 decision, it cleared Greenalds, Dias, and Driver of any First Amendment violations because it was unclear at the time despite other appellate court rulings if individuals could videotape police officers at work. The significance, of course, is that with the advent of the smartphone over the last few years, everybody now has the ability to video and you have a population carrying with them a camera that you didn't have as recently as 10 years ago. Houston attorney Philip Hilder. The Fifth Circuit wanted it to be clear in its future cases that it, too, now considered such activity to be protected, saying that a First Amendment right to record the police does exist, subject only to reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions, Weiner wrote in an opinion joined by Justice Stephen Higginson. The court sent the case back to McBride to examine Turner's claims that he was unlawfully arrested by Greenalds and Dias. The court cleared Driver on that point, determining he acted appropriately. In her dissent, Justice Edith Clements said Turner's First Amendment rights were not violated and that the officers acted reasonably in detaining Turner. Turner's attorney Kervin Altaffer called the Fifth Circuit's ruling a significant one in a complicated area of the law. "I think any time one of the Federal Court of Appeals says that something is protected by the Constitution, that is important for all people," Altaffer said. "I definitely think the police overstepped. This is supposed to be a free country." Houston attorney Philip Hilder, a former federal prosecutor and a member of the City of Houston Police Oversight Board, said the court ruling underscores and reiterates that citizens have the right to video police officers as long as the filming isn't unreasonable and doesn't affect police operations. The significance, of course, is that with the advent of the smartphone over the last few years, everybody now has the ability to video and you have a population carrying with them a camera that you didn't have as recently as 10 years ago. Staff writer Ryan Osborne contributed to this report.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I just want you to guys know about this guy's YouTube channel. Watch his videos, click like, click subscribe, all that happy stuff. This guy, and this is a black guy that's making a huge change here, doing First Amendment audits, and he just got a court He took some cops to court because they violated his rights for free speech and filming cops, and he won. I mean, it is huge. So this guy is making a huge difference, holding them accountable like they hold us accountable every day. And actually, as you know, they don't hold us accountable. It's called policing for profit. And you know, they're out of control. And man, he busted them. And so his name is Batsui. You can go donate to him. He's got tons of links here. Like I said, he just won a huge lawsuit. Very, very active, as you can see by all the videos and the views. And is about, I mean, 7 million views, 15,000 subscribers. He helps out PINAC. You can donate. He's got Twitter, The Count, at Bamboos, or Google Plus. Super good guy, and he sued and won a major right to record cops. This is huge. Absolutely like and join his channel. This guy is the man. He will do great things, and already has.